Today we're diving into a question that many families ask themselves, and usually it's after they've paid off a lot of debt. And the question is, we've worked so hard to get to where we are now, but I wonder if we're missing out on opportunities to grow our wealth. You have to know where your starting point is. So the very first step is trying to figure out where you stand financially. And so this means listing out all your debt and all your income after taxes, and that means for you and your spouse. Then get clear on all your expenses. Sometimes we tend to do mental math, and what we think we spend so much on something in reality is not that much, and also vice versa. So I encourage you to take a look at the actual numbers. And you can look at like the past 3 months to see how much, how your spending habits have been during that time frame. And all this information just gives you some good insight on your monthly cash flow. So just everything that's coming in, everything that's coming out. You might be wondering, so why does this really matter? And the thing is, this gives you the opportunity to really see where your money leaks are. And some of the common ones that I see are maybe when it comes to eating out and grocery shopping. That's a really big one for a lot of people, and that they tend to struggle with. So really looking into that category and see how you can manage it a little bit better or reduce some of that. Another thing is subscriptions. Sometimes you sign up to something and then you forget about it. It's something that you're still paying for. So taking a look at that, when you look at your numbers, you'll be able to see that, am I really using it or not? If not, then get rid of it. And then another thing really is, as you're looking through all your expenses, is trying to see, like, are they things that you're being intentional about, or are they things that you're spending on just, on a whim? Like, really think about some of your spending patterns and why you spend on things that you do, and do they really align with your own values, or is it things that maybe other people, like your family or friends, think is of importance? Once you have a clear picture on your overall finances, it's now time to set some goals. So ask yourself, what is it that you want to achieve? And what does your spouse want to achieve? Have you talked to them? I know when I first got married, I didn't even think about that. So what's something that is important to both of you so that you can both tackle it together? And have you communicated what's important to you? Like, are there other goals aside from what you're going to tackle together that is super important, that you want to get on the same page with your spouse, so that y'all are creating a plan that incorporates that as well? And then how do you want to, split up the money so that y'all are either focused on one specific goal, or y'all want to go after a few goals and split it up that way? I mean, it's really up to you. And so whether you're saving for retirement, to buy a home, start a business, or be able to save for your kids' college, it's super important to be very specific and talk through all of these things with your spouse. Your goal, your timeline, and your risk tolerance are all gonna help determine what's the best investing and savings options for you. Here are some key things to remember when it comes to growing your money. Sometimes it's not all about the money that you make, but what you actually keep. Sometimes we tend to focus so much on like trying to earn more because you feel like it's not going to be enough for those long-term goals or for your things like retirement. But the thing is that it's just as important to really know how much you're spending on things or where your money is going. And that's why step one is such a crucial step, because that's where you're actually putting your eyes on all the money coming in and coming out. So if anything, at least get started with that, and that will give you so much clarity. If that first step just seems so overwhelming to you and you have no idea how you can do it on your own and you need more support, then reach out to me. I offer my money clarity session, which really goes in depth with that step one that we talked about in the beginning. We look at everything, all your numbers, maybe even if you need help getting that organized and getting all that information together. I'm very hands-on with helping you through that, whether it's trying to get it through your own account or we look through that and filtering the categories and, all that sort of thing. I can help you work through that in a methodical way that makes it feel a lot easier, just step by step, so that we can get through that and you can have more clarity and we can figure out where you stand financially.